This morning, authorities responded to a flipped tanker truck right here on State Road 21 in Keystone Heights. Now I'll step out of the way to show you what's going on here. They say 1,500 gallons of gasoline are believed to have been spilled, and you can still smell the gas in the air. This is currently a multi-agency response to clean up and transfer the remaining fuel. And if you're planning on driving through Keystone Heights, you'll want to take the detour of Immokalee Road to State Road 100. AAA launched a new campaign wanting you to follow the law. They want you to move over not only for police officers, but for tow truck operators as well. Around 1:30 this morning, police responded to a call on Wilson and West 15th Street. They say a victim was shot 5 times and another was shot in the arm in a potential drive-by shooting. Now they are looking for more information, so they're reaching out to the public for more help. This February, Clay County will be rolling out 100 new buses with some cool features. They'll have AC and cameras to keep students safe. I'm here with you at 11th Avenue North and 3rd Street, where authorities just cleared a scene they had blocked off for over 8 hours. A car, you can see here, this pole is split in half and bent to the side. A car came at a high speed and crashed into it around midnight last night. Yesterday, 16-year-old Trent Ford, who attended Nassau High School here, was shot in the chest. His friends brought him here to Nassau High School and then to the hospital where he later died. Now, his friends here are mourning his death, and police officers have been making sure that students are safe by going through their bags and wanding them down with metal detectors. It's a key part of the American dream, to have a house to call your own. But as rent and housing prices at the beaches soar, residents are being forced out. That was the case for Zoe Cohn, who has lived at the beaches her entire life. She is a single mother with 3 kids.
We were living in a 2-bedroom apartment with 4 people. It started to get cramped. I just got fed up of paying rent. The rent kept increasing just about every year, and I just wanted more.
So she reached out to Beaches Habitat, the local branch of a national nonprofit, Habitat for Humanity, which provides affordable housing to people in need. She moved into her house in June of 2019, but not before some hard work. Residents are required to put in 300 hours of work, something Habitat for Humanity calls sweat equity. And residents tell us that it makes them appreciate their houses that much more. Christine Garcia is currently putting in her sweat equity, building her future house.
I mean, it's hard work, but it's my hard work. And you appreciate all these volunteers and the construction people here who are just so awesome. They're my friends. It's great. It's hard work, but you appreciate what you have when you're working on it.
Cohn says the same thing.
It's rewarding to work, especially on your home, and to see it come together.
Yeah, I'm sure it was really
empowering, actually. Yeah.
Housing is something that a lot of people take for granted. How is having this house something that has improved your life?
My kids go to great schools. There's a community center down the street from us. This is a house that they can grow up in, I can settle down in, and that I can one day pass down to them.
Cohn and Garcia both have mortgages that Habitat fixes at an affordable rate. This is truly a hand up, not a handout. If you want to volunteer or get involved, go to beacheshabitat.org. Miller Mott, inside Jacksonville.
In 2019, LendingTree published a study on the state of Florida, ranking Jacksonville as number 3 in fatal DUI crashes per capita.
Jacksonville Sheriff's Office arrest data shows a disproportionate amount of DUIs occur on Atlantic Boulevard, Beach Boulevard, and right here on 3rd Street, a part of A1A.
As the popular bars at Jacksonville Beach offer a great social area, they also pose a great threat from drunk drivers. Bryn Turner and Julio Gomez were walking home after a night out when they were hit at a high speed by Joshua Lovingood, a local bartender whose blood alcohol content was measured at .228, almost 3 times above the legal limit.
This is a scene where Bryn Turner and Julio Gomez were tragically hit in July of 2019. They were walking from the beach bars right here down 2nd Street, which many Jacks Beach residents use to walk to and from the beach bars. The speed limit here is a tame 25 miles an hour, but after Bryn Turner was hit, he ended up on the other side of the intersection here, over 100 feet from where he was initially standing.
Mr. Turner died on the scene, and his friend Mr. Gomez suffered severe injuries.
I walked around the scene with Savannah Taylor, a close friend of Mr. Turner's. She described the scene as absolutely horrifying and wishes more could be done to prevent tragedies like this from happening.
And I said it when I spoke to City Council in August. I said, I grew up here. I am Jax Beach born and raised. I would not be who I am without Jax Beach, but I'm frustrated and I do not want anyone else to feel how I feel. I don't want this to happen again to anyone else.
If you see or know of someone drinking and driving, the best thing you can do to save a life is to call local authorities or to call 911. Louis Fusco, a local DUI defense attorney, tells us that while police do their best to prevent tragic DUI accidents from happening, that people who shouldn't be arrested can fall victim to a traffic stop.
Unfortunately, I've seen a lot of situations where it's the opposite, that individuals who go out, have one beer, which is not per se illegal to consume alcohol and drive, then have their world turned upside down by an assumption that they actually are drunk. So we see both sides of it at the beaches.
If you're planning on hopping behind the wheel after a night out, you're going to want to wait at least 45 minutes after each drink. However, experts warn that some people sober up faster than others, and if you're questioning whether or not you should be driving, you probably shouldn't be. Miller Mott, Inside Jax.